Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. We're going to explore a very important and complex topic, understanding addiction. We'll dive into the causes behind addiction, the challenges it presents, and the pathways to recovery. Throughout this presentation, we'll look closely at the biological, psychological, and environmental factors that influence addiction, as well as the most effective treatment approaches available. I'm excited to take this journey with you and shed light on such a critical subject. Addiction is best understood as a chronic brain disorder, where a person compulsively engages in substance use or certain behaviors despite the negative consequences. One of the key features of addiction is the loss of control. Individuals struggle to resist impulses, leading them to repeat these actions even when it harms their personal life, social relationships, or health. What makes addiction particularly challenging is that it causes lasting changes in brain function. These changes impact critical areas involved in decision-making, motivation, and regulating behavior, which is why overcoming addiction often requires comprehensive treatment and support. Biological factors are fundamental in understanding addiction. One major aspect is genetic predisposition, which means some people inherit genes that make them more susceptible to developing an addiction. This influences how their brain reacts to certain substances or behaviors, increasing their vulnerability. Additionally, addiction causes significant changes in brain chemistry, particularly in the brain's reward system. These changes heighten cravings and make addictive behaviors more compelling. On a deeper level, neurobiological alterations impact neurotransmitters like dopamine, which play a crucial role in pleasure and motivation. This complex interaction shows that addiction is not just a habit, but a medical condition deeply rooted in brain function. When we look at the causes of addiction, psychological and environmental factors play a crucial role. First, mental health disorders like depression and anxiety can greatly increase the risk of addiction. People might turn to substances as a way to cope with these issues. Similarly, past trauma often leads individuals to seek relief or escape through substance use or compulsive behaviors. On the environmental side, family dynamics are important because they shape a person's behaviors and overall vulnerability to addiction. Peer pressure also has a strong influence, especially in social settings where substance use may be normalized. Additionally, easy access to substances makes it more likely for someone to develop an addiction. Finally, socioeconomic conditions, such as poverty or lack of resources, can interact with these other factors, further increasing susceptibility. All these elements together help us understand the complex nature of addiction and its roots. Addiction is notoriously difficult to treat, and there are several reasons for this. First, addiction causes persistent changes in the brain that impact judgment and self-control, making it harder for individuals to resist urges. Another major challenge is the high rate of relapse. This happens because certain triggers, like being in specific environments, experiencing stress, or feeling emotional distress, can reignite cravings and lead people back to substance use. These environmental triggers are powerful because they remind the brain of past drug use, making it tough to stay on track. On top of that, social barriers such as stigma, lack of support, and limited access to treatment services make recovery more complicated. Finally, addiction is complex, involving biological, psychological, and social factors, which means treatment has to be multifaceted and ongoing to be effective. All these elements together show why tackling addiction requires a comprehensive and sustained approach. When it comes to treating addiction, a one-size-fits-all approach just doesn't work. Effective treatment needs to be comprehensive and personalized, addressing the many different factors that contribute to addiction. This means combining medical care, psychological support, and social services, all tailored specifically to the individual's unique needs. Treatment often involves a mix of interventions. This could include medication to help manage cravings or withdrawal, various forms of therapy to address behavioral patterns, and behavioral modification techniques. Community resources also play a crucial role in supporting recovery, helping individuals reintegrate and build a supportive environment. Addiction is a complex condition, impacting both the brain and the person's environment. But despite this complexity, recovery is definitely possible. It requires ongoing support and a strong commitment from both the individual and their support network, alongside the right treatment strategies tailored to their situation. With the right combination of care and dedication, lasting recovery can be achieved.